once again. But we've got an Olympian here with us in studio. The last time we sent boxers to the Olympic Games, JJ Sonjica is here. He fought for the first time this past weekend in over 2 years. It must be 2.5 years that he had last fought, and we saw him in the ring for the first time. Great talent, highly rated by those who follow boxing, and I think he proved this past weekend against Tato Bunokwane that he still has what it takes. Good evening, JJ, and thanks for joining us on Radio 2000.
Evening, Pratibs, and your listeners at home.
You don't look like you just come out of a fight, eh?
Pratibs, I ran away with my face. I ran away with my face. I knew Tato wanted to hit me so hard, so I had to run and defend myself.
Yeah. And he was talking a lot before the fight. Did that also motivate you just to just show him who you are, JJ?
Like I said on the press conference, I said, you have been talking too much on your media, but you have to prove it to me that you still have what it takes. So I did what I could do to him. And I think,
But overall, how was the fight for you?
For me, I was so happy, firstly. I was so happy being back in the ring after 2 years. And I had to enjoy myself and do everything that I could do. I enjoyed it so much.
So did you need the rounds? Is that why it went the distance? Or are you happy that it went the distance?
Perhaps, after, I think, I'm happy though it went the distance. After round 4, I said to myself, damn, he's not going anywhere. I gave him everything that I think I had within me. So I said to myself, no. Now, going to round 5 and round 6, don't fight him anymore. Box. I had to box because I know I can box, but somehow I made a silly mistake on my last fight, so I had to prove it to myself that I still have what it takes to box.
That's exactly what I wanted. By the way, Tato is no slouch. He's a former WBF champion, and that's what I wanted to find out. Did you feel, so you've already answered, after what happened against Bongani Mahlangu and being inactive for so long, it was an important fight for you to win this one?
Definitely. I remember going to round 1. I was so traumatized. I won't lie, because one thing was ringing in my head. You know what happened in the last fight? It's been 2 years, remember, but it's still stuck with me. I was like, okay, what should I do here? And I was like looking at Tross on side ring. Tools was there yelling at me.
Bang! IBO champion.
Yelling at me, bro, keep the jab going, stay focused. I'm like, damn, this guy, I know I need to keep my hands on him all the time. So I was so frustrated even though, but I managed to get over it.
By the way, his last fight was in July 2022. Was it at Orient?
Yeah.
At Orient, yes, the one we were talking about against Bongani Mahlangu, the veteran. JJ was in charge of that fight until he got caught in round 6. You caught sleeping there. You closed your eyes for a minute. Or you fell into the trap of Bongani because he traps that old man.
Can I tell you something about him? He's a tricky guy. So, on my fight with him, between round 3 and 5, I came back to the corner and then Sean said, bro, you're being hit with the same blow twice on this round. I think it was round 4. Keep your hands up, he's setting you up. And guess what? I caught Mahlangu with the jab cross hook. I saw him going. I said, damn, I had him where I want him to be. Not knowing, damn, the old guy is setting me up. Damn.
And he caught you, eh?
And for me, I made a huge mistake jumping on him. Because I know I had him. I had to jump on him. But damn.
He caught you while you were coming forward.
So, and when I was falling, I'm like looking at myself like, jeez, I'm going down.
Is this you?
Yeah. And then I laughed. After the fight, I laughed because I have to go and watch it again.
Did you watch it again?
Yes.
Really?
Same day.
Really?
Same day.
Jeez, wasn't that traumatic now watching it again? Or were you looking at your mistakes?
I wanted to see what really occurred.
Were you in shock?
On the fight. Because a friend of mine, we were busy chatting, said, bro, I've been yelling at you a lot, but you never listened. Guards up. I said, bro, I need to go and watch the fight. I need to go and watch it. And then we went to my room and then watched it and said, yeah, I know what you're talking about. And I'm the cause of everything on this fight. So I won't be saying who and who failed me. I failed myself.
Yeah. And it was your first defeat, ne?
Yes.
First ever.
And losing everything.
Yeah.
On one night.
What do you mean by everything?
I lost my SA and my IPF Africa on the same night.
And then you haven't fought since then. Was it partly because of what happened against Bongani Mahlangu? Was it hard to come back, or was it just a lack of fights?
I would say it was a lack of fights, because I remember there were some tournaments came up and some boxers were offered some fight with me. And at that time I was like, okay, since I've lost to Mahlangu, they will jump on me. But guess what?
They run away.
Boxers are boxers. They know who to choose. So I'm not an easy boxer. I'm not saying I'm a hardcore one, but I'm not an easy boxer. You can't just say I'll fight him at any given time. So some of them, they would come and say, I'm going to fight him. 2 weeks down the line, close to the fight, they want this match, I want this match, it's too Sonjica and this. I'm like, guys, when you got the offer, you said you're going to fight me. And then why change now? But yeah, it is what it is, part of the game.
So you think it was excuses?
Definitely. Definitely. They were giving some excuses. So I said to myself, all right, stay inside the gym, train. Even though summer, I felt like, why am I training? Training, sparring, and all this stuff. But definitely on this fight, it showed why I was training and sparring with those guys.
But it sounds like it was frustrating then. It must be frustrating not to fight for 2 years as a professional boxer.
But say that again. You pay your license and you expect to get a fight. A year down, go down the line, no fight. You're like, okay, sharp. Maybe something is coming up in December. Boom, you're gone. Second year, boom, nothing happens. We're like, damn, what's going on here? Was that the end of my career as a boxer? Did Mahlangu end me? So those were the questions I had with myself. But like I had Sean and tools, mainly tools.
Kept you going.
That guy was like calling me every day. There are some weeks I wouldn't go to the gym. He would call me and say, what are you doing? That was not the end of you. Come back. I would sit and tell him, bro, I'm coming next week to the gym. Don't worry. I would go and train that week and then vanish again.
Because you don't know what you're training for.
Mainly, I was being tired of becoming a sparring partner for some other guys. Because this game is dangerous. This game is dangerous. So you don't want to be hit all the time in the head. For what? For nothing. So I would go and train, spar, and then vanish. I remember when he was going to fight with the guy in London.
For the IBO.
For the IBO. The guy is a southpaw, he's a switcher, so I had to go. That's my bro. Like they say, your brother is not your brother by blood. So Tools is my bro. We grew up together. I had to do something. I had to go there and train with him, even though I wasn't going to fight.
So
when he fights, I fight.
So you helped him prepare for that
a
fight?
Lot. When he fight, I fight. So that's the mentality I had when he called me, bro, come back to the gym and train. I don't care whatever you say, come and train. I'm fighting, you also fighting. So I had to stand up.
Okay. JJ Sonjica is here with us in studio. I'm sure boxing people know exactly who he is. We're going to maybe trace back his journey for those who might not be aware, but we are so happy to have him back in the ring. His last fight was in July 2022. He's come back last weekend. He's beaten a solid campaigner in Tato Bonokwane, Captain Charisma, a former WBF champion, and I believe now it's opening doors. He's got another fight coming up also in May. JJ is going to tell us all about it. So we'll continue after this break, but you can send us your voice notes on 0605842250.
Memories. You're speaking to Mr. Peter here in George. Yeah, I watched the fight. And then previously I was like, who's this guy who's fighting so well? And then I went to the YouTube and see his fight. Yeah, what a guy. But anyway, congratulations, my guy. You are back, as you are saying that you've been not fighting for 2 years, but I think you are back now. Keep on doing the boxing, my guy. Sharp, sharp.
Okay, thanks. It's good to hear from people who watched the fight, because it was the whole tournament was on TV. And so we talk about you not fighting for 2 years. Obviously, we are all shocked because of how good you are. But how do you make ends meet then, JJ? Because ultimately, this is how you make a living out of boxing. You're a professional boxer. If you're not fighting for 2 years, it means you're not getting paid and you're not making money.
Definitely. I started working as a personal trainer. So for the 2 years, I've been sustaining myself with that money. Yeah, so it was a difficult one, but you need to do what you have to do sometimes to make something.
Yeah. And and you work with the Smiths. Were they there for you throughout this time?
Definitely. He was there for me. So a lot has been happening, perhaps, during these 2 years. So you sit down and then you say, oh shit.
Ooh,
Who was there with you?
Radio. Apologies.
Sorry guys about that.
Yeah, no, but I understand you're very emotional, yeah.
A lot has been happening. So you sit down and say, okay, who's been there for me during the hard times? And those ones have never been there. You don't judge them because they are also going through their own struggle in life. You sit and then you analyze your life and then you say, okay, let me sit, let me just hold it up and man up. So sometimes you just do whatever you have to do to survive.
And I would think at home also they're looking at you. You left home, you came to Joburg, so they're also looking at you now to assist them back home because you've made this sacrifice. So that must be tough also.
A lot, definitely. Them at home, they were looking at me, and I also have kids to support. So some will say, he's not taking care of his kids and all that stuff. Then they don't understand what we go through here in Joburg, because we left Eastern Cape saying we're going to greener pastures in Gauteng. But when you get here, things, they don't go your way. But as a man, you know what to do. You sustain your life. You push as hard as you can to make things happen.
And ideally, if you had your way, would you rather focus on boxing and not have to do the training on the side if you could?
I would love to. But you know what? At the end of the day, you have to put something on the table to survive. So if there's no boxing, there's no money. What else? Do you go to trim or what? No. So
you'd rather be a personal trainer.
Rather be a personal trainer. Rather wake up in the morning, 5 o'clock, and go and train that person, knowing exactly that person is gonna pay you, and then you're gonna live to put something on the table to eat.
Yeah, we're speaking to JJ Sonjica here, and I guess it's not just you. Is that the case mostly for boxers here in South Africa, that they struggle to get fights and they struggle to just focus on boxing?
Perhaps I'm not the only boxer who's been through that. I think, like you said, is the case for every boxer. When you don't get fights, you tend to do silly things. Mainly, I would say boxers, when they don't get fights, they tend to go on the streets. Drugs, women, and all the stuff. So to get that frustration out, but not knowing that you're losing your life while you're entertaining the streets.
I know you're a strong boy, JJ. We've got another voice note here for you. Let's play it, Shaw.
Good evening, JJ. So from my side, I would like to say for the promotion that took place at Santen last week, I watched all the boxing matches which took place in Santen. What I can say is that anyway, I will congratulate KL for setting up such an event that really reminded us of how during those heydays of Sun City Super Bowls, the carousel, and I think boxing is revived really, and for bringing up boxers like Bo JJ coming back to the ring, singing them, performing in, like, it's really reviving our boxing, and moving forward, Tabiso, let me also wish him all of the best They are our boxers. We know them. Know the challenges with regard to boxing, the support in our country with regard to boxing is not that support that used to be that support when we were still watching Bondate late Baby Jake Makala, if you still remember how the fight between him and Luweju Kamputero. Like those are the days that we still remember and wish such moments can be revived in South African boxing. And all of the best, Tabiso. Thank you very much, Tabiso, for the efforts that you are doing, bringing up our boxers, reviving them, especially for Wednesdays where we remember our boxers in South Africa. Thanks very much.
Thank you for the voice note. I hope you're happy to hear from Isaac Hlajwayo there. JJ, he makes a good point that people don't know the boxers these days. Why do you think that boxing doesn't have a good following these days compared to back in the days?
Perhaps. I think one thing we're lacking right now for boxers is marketing. You found out themselves, for instance, let's say, how many boxers do you know from the national team right now?
Yeah.
They're not being marketed right. But there are boxers who went to the World Championship right now in Kazakhstan, right? Females. Do you know about them? No. Because they're not being marketed the right way. How come you leave your country without even anyone on your country knowing that you live in your country? So that means lack of marketing to us boxers. We need to do it ourselves if no one is doing it.
Yeah, and you remind me of the IBA tournament that was in Durban last year. We had some good boxers there. Ojeyi, and people didn't know about him. National colors. I know Simnigo Bongo, when he won bronze at the Commonwealth Games, people didn't know about him, and now he's turned professional. So yeah, marketing plays a big part of it. And I guess now these days, because social media, some boxers have taken matters into their own hands. We've seen Nomeva also now, he promotes himself basically on social media. I've seen Sikongotole goes around with a cameraman wherever he goes. And that's what boxers are reduced to doing these days. But we're going to take a short break and we're going to continue with JJ. And we're going to roll back the years and go back. Was it London 2012 for you?
Yeah,
we're going to talk about that London 2012 Olympic Games.
Music, your memories. Game on. Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. with Tabiso on Radio 2000.
Hi, Tabiso. Thanks for your show, and our producer, Katla Mudiba, and the team. Thank you so much for bringing us such an exciting show today. It was quite a marvel to listen to the former world champion Isaac Hlajwayo speaking there about his tournament, and we wish him all the best. I think it's a good thing to see former boxers getting involved in the sport of boxing in terms of administration, in terms of promoting the sport. So good luck to him. And JJ Sonjica, wow, what a marvel to listen to him. Quite eloquent, and he's making a lot of sense. There's a lot of things we got to debate and talk about in boxing, and I think that's primarily why we had the convention as well. Where the honorable minister was there, Dayton McKenzie, to listen to the licensees. So a lot has got to happen, but a lot has got to change in terms of how we look at the sport and how we look after our boxers.
I know that voice. Giafiwa. Is that you, Giafiwa? Just give me a thumbs up. Yo, you know the voice. You've heard it in the ring.
Yeah.
Who is it? Brasipo.
Yeah.
I thought so. I thought I know that voice. Thank you for listening to us, Sipo Mashikho. Another one who doesn't get his flowers here in boxing, has done so much for boxing here in the country and made a great input at the National Boxing Convention. JJ, in 2012, you went to London. That was the last time South Africa sent boxers to the Olympics. Does that shock you, or what's gone wrong?
I don't know what to say, but I think after me, we went to qualifiers in Azerbaijan with the likes of Siko, Ngotole. I don't remember who else was there with us, but I think Siko managed to qualify. But I don't know what happened for him not to go to the Olympics, but I think he managed to qualify.
And you went with Lucy's?
Yeah, but in 2012 it was me and Lucy's.
Yeah. And what kind of support did you get at the time? Because it was during those times of Fikile Mbalula, and you can say a lot of things about Fikile Mbalula, but now that he's not there, you can see his impact in not just boxing, in sport.
You're talking about Razmataz.
Razmataz.
I won't lie. Many sports codes during his time as a prime minister benefited a lot. I remember before we went to the Olympics, who's this guy, the swimmer?
Chadley Claw. Chadley Cross.
Yes. They went to some World Games, they came back, and then Mbalula made it a point that they're getting a warm welcome coming back from those games.
With money.
Exactly. He paid them, which is, I was like, damn, that's nice. So for us, before they came back, we were on our way, on our preparations to go to the qualifiers in Morocco on March. So on our mind as a team, we were like, damn, we want to be part of them. We want that money as well. That's what kept us going. Tools, Lusizi, Lutumo, Lamati. They were like 6 Pilani. Like, we had that thing driving us, like, we want to make it to the team.
So you had support?
We had support from Mbalula a lot.
And were you part of OPEX?
Yes. I joined SASCOC. It was in 2011. When I joined them. Yeah.
And that's what led you to qualify for London 2012, basically.
Yes. And we also had some camps as well. And not forgetting Eastern Cape Academy as well was also on board with us. Because remember, me, Tools, Lutumo were in the academy for how long? I think it was in 2007 when it started. So we benefited a lot from.
I think the message is that boxers need support. If you support them, they will make it. Quickly, we are out of time. Are you fighting in May? We believe you are on Kevin Larena's undercard.
Yes, I heard so.
Okay.
As in, like, now.
I'm ready to fight.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
From the Saturday fight, I came back to the gym yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm back in the training.
And then him? Would you challenge him? People have been talking about you and him. We don't have time.
But going to Hem's fight, like I said to so many people when I answered them, they say, "Are you dodging the question?" I said, let the young man enjoy his time. He's still young. Okay. Let him have his own time. If that fight has to happen, it will happen. But for now, let him have his time. Let him enjoy his reign as a champion.
Okay, him is the one that beat Mahlangu. Mahlangu beat JJ. You can see why people are putting one.
Yeah, exactly.
One
That's
together.
the I saw some.
But our time is up, JJ.
I saw some.
We're gonna bring you back in May.
May.
I know you wanna answer people in the group. Let's leave it.
All right.
Let's go to news and life, love, and all with Mupaseka Mukwela. But thank you for joining us. It's great to have you. We hope that you are rejuvenated.
Thank you,
fight.